everyone will have it. So for those who don't know, I'm Mr. William Bonnery, Associate Director for Student Activities and Leadership. We have a new person. I'm going to pin her so you all can see her because you'll be working with her. And I'll let her introduce herself as Miss Tiara Bacote. So Tiara, if you could introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tiara Bacote, and I serve as the new coordinator for fraternity and sorority life and student organizations here at Norfolk State University. I'm super excited to be here and to work with you all and the students that you advise. So if you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out.
All right, so Ms. Bacote is joining us from originally from Connecticut, but she went to the University of Rhode Island for her master's. So we're very, very excited to have her on the team. I will still be involved and around, but she will solely be doing what I was doing previously. So she'll be working hand in hand. So if you have questions, you can email her. If those are things that she cannot answer, she would definitely reach out to me, but I will still be assisting with all of the clubs and organizations that we have on campus. Also want to acknowledge that Dr. Brown is up here, our Vice President for Student Affairs. Dr. Brown is waving at everybody. And then we also have Ms. Tara Alexander up here as well, who will be, can answer some questions once we jump into this new platform. Keisha, you had a question?
Yes, I don't know that everyone can get to the form that is outside of the university.
Yeah, so if you're outside of the university, you cannot get to the form because it is locked for the university. So as long as someone fills it out, then you will be good. So the off-campus advisors won't have access to the form because it is locked for the university. But I will be able to see everyone who logged in today, so I can make sure that I still have a list of who has been trained and who hasn't. So like I said, thank you all for joining us today. This is being recorded. We are here to share with you all our new student engagement platform. Is Anthology. It's called Engage, but we're calling it 700 Embark. This is our new student engagement platform. We're really, really excited. We've been building it out for over the last semester. So the student organization registration process will be done through this platform. We're going to show you the page. We're going to send a link so you can log in. Some advisors, you already got the email to log in. I've seen some of you have already logged in, which is great. And I'm going to go in and start assigning you to your respective organizations. If you advise more than one organization, I'll go in and add that piece too. But we will solely do everything through Engage. 25 Live is still here, but you will book all of your reservations and everything through Engage. It talks to 25 Live. We finalized that process yesterday. We're getting it built out and testing it. So we're super, super excited for everything that this platform does. Everything that you all do now will be in one location. We'll have to send a lot of things around in different forms. Everything you need will be in one location for everybody. So I'm gonna share my screen so you can see what it looks like. And then we're gonna jump right into it. So I'm actually gonna sign out so you all can see me when I sign into it. So give me 1 second. All right, so let me share my screen. All right, so everyone, hope y'all can see. This is the homepage for the Engage site. And if once we get to the question and answer part, if you have questions, you should see a Q&A tab to the questions. And if you don't see it, let me know. But you can put questions in the Q&A area. And if there's things that we can't answer about the platform, I want to be able to go back and talk to our representative to get those questions answered. But this is the homepage. We're calling it 700 Embark. As you can see, some familiar faces. Dr. Brown is up here, Dr. J, some of our student leaders, band, cheerleaders, Greeks, graduates. So this is what the page will look like. You will use your NSU login to sign into it. It is single sign-on. So mine is already here. And once you log in, this is the homepage of what it looks like. As you see, our Norfolk State University logo, our 700 Embark is over there. Like I said, all events will be put in through this system. So every student on campus will be able to see every organization's events, and they're going to show up here. And they put them in order based off when that event is happening. So the Go Get Week events are in here for the student activity side. So tonight there's a glow foam party. So as you saw on the homepage, that was the first thing that popped up, is the event that is going on tonight on campus. Tomorrow, there's a class of 2028 Picture and the Light in the Stadium Pet Rally. Those events show here on the main page. Up here, we have our welcome to 700 Park, talk about what the platform is. And then housing, we've been getting a lot of calls about housing. So there's some resources here. So we'll put more resources here for students who have questions or need to find different areas and departments on campus. So if I'm a student here and I'm only interested in a certain type of events, they will have a recommended events tab that they will see. So if I only want to see events dealing around civic engagement, I will only see those events. If I only want to see social events, I would be able to see those events. So each person can go in and set their own purposes of what they want to see event-wise, and they'll be able to see it here. Every student organization on campus has their own separate page. So it's kind of set up like a web page, and we've uploaded everybody here into this platform already. There are some campus departments that have pages, like everyone in student affairs has a page, and we recently added WNSB. So everybody has a page. So I'll just click, for instance, some of the organization logos are already there. These are placeholders because I know some organizations you have to get approval to be able to use the different logos and shields and crests. So these are just placeholders that are here now. I know some orgs have already seen it and they have to get approval. So like I said, these are just placeholders in here now. So like I said, every organization has a page, and I'll just click one just using as an example. I use Alpha Kappa Alpha as an example. So if I was a student who was interested, I would click on the page. This would be the first thing that I see. This is what that page looks like so far. So the information here, this is just a brief description of the organization. A part of the registration process, you have to go in and build out what your page looks like. So I'll go under manage organization so you're able to see a little bit more. But this is only what the public is able to see. So under manage organizations, this is what the page looks like. So during the registration process, the organization roster will be here. About the organization, you can go, every organization will have to go in and fill this out in detail what that looks like. And a part of your registration process, you have to add a profile picture to your page. Any contact information that you all would like to put here, you can put, like if your organization has their own separate email, that can go there. And then you can determine whether you want something to be public or private. If it's only for organization members to see, it will be only for organization members to see. So like Dr. Fairfax is the campus advisor for Alpha Kappa Alpha. So she wanted to put her information here and put only organization members can see it. They will be the only people that can see her contact information. So she wanted to put her office location. Only those people or members of the organization will be able to see it. Not everybody that clicks on the page. Because there is a part of this site that is public that outside people from Norfolk State can see, but only organization members will be able to see that. There's an external website. So I've already linked like the Greek organizations to the national websites. Those links are there for everyone to see as well. Social media pages. So if you have social media pages that you want to link to this, you can link them. Of course, TikTok is here, but we are not able to use TikTok. So that will not, we won't have any organizations linked to TikTok pages. But social media, as far as Instagram and Facebook, you can link those pages there. So as you fill that out, a part of your registration process, you'll hit update, and then that information will go to your page, and everyone will be able to start to view that. So I'm gonna back up because I'm gonna talk about some of the cool stuff that it does. So as far as events, like I said, everyone will book their events through Engage. So what you would do is go to create event. You'll give the title of the event, the theme will go here. Now, a part of your event registration process, you do have to have some type of picture that goes with it, as you saw on that main page. So it will help to have like a description or a picture of the flyer to add to it. You'll give it the description of the event. I know some of the Greeks have to do the 5-star plan, which means you have to collab with other organizations. So let's just say that since I'm still listed under the Alpha Kappa Alpha page, that they were doing a collaborative event, well, let's just say Sister Circle, they were able to go in and add Sister Circle here. And then that event now will show up on Alpha Kappa Alpha's page and Sister Circle because they're collaborating. And you can put as many organizations that are collaborating with the event under this tab. So if it's a whole bunch of people collabing, you can put it there and it's going to show up on everybody's page. Like I said, this still talks directly to 25 Live. So the registration process will be you'll go in and pick the date. It's going to be 14 days out, of course. And then you'll go in and put all of the information. So because it is currently locked and this organization cannot override events, it doesn't give you the location stuff that you need right now. But I'll show you someone who can. So if you click on location, it just gives you the basic because it's currently locked. So the organization that we have that can override is Student Activities Board currently. So I will pull them up so you can see what that looks like. So create event, they're able to go in and put that information there. So once you get to create an event, you'll hit add room reservation request. It has to, so here's already telling you it has to be 14 days out. So I'll just go to September and just say the event starts from 12 to 1. Then you would do browse available rooms. And like I said, it talks directly to 25 Live. You can click the buildings here. Student Center is not listed. We are working on that. So right now, Student Center is showing up here, but you're able to type it in. And it will then generate the Student Center. So let's just say we're going to be in Student Center 138A and B. So you'll click that A, B for the Student Center, and then the layout drop down will show here. So we're just going to say theater as the default, and then I will add that request to my event. And then that covers everything I need as far as the event. If there's a setup and breakdown time, you will add those times there to your request. If there's another date, of course, you'll add another date. So when it comes down to who's able to see your event, you can put for the public or just students and staff of 700 in Park. So we're requesting that everybody put students and staff of 700 Park. So outside people outside of the university cannot see your events. Then you can do an event attendance through this and see who came to the event. And then there's a QR code they can scan as they come in. You would then give your event a category. So let's just say that this is a social event. You would hit social. And then if your event has perks that you want people to know about, there's free food or free stuff. This has credit. We can't change or add the perks. This is kind of what we get when we got it. So we just say they're going to have free food. That will go there. And I'll just put test event here. So you can see that we'll just say that it's a social event. Social event, and it'll be Student Activities Board would have this event by themselves. So then you'll hit next. Then if it's an event that you need people to RSVP to, you can add that as a part of who can RSVP. So if there's anyone can RSVP, or if it's invite only, you put only those that you invite, and then you'll put that information there. Or if you just say no one can RSVP, because we're not doing RSVPs, we don't need to do it, you will click that box and say no one can RSVP. So once you do that, you'll hit next. So this platform then allows you to get feedback and survey everyone who has attended your event, and you're able to create questions that would then go to everyone who was in attendance. And I see a question. Yes, Dr. Douglas Cook.
Thank you. So my question is just going back as it relates to RSVP. If you only want the members of the organization to be able to RSVP, do you have to put all the members in?
No. So what you would do then is when you're creating, it says show to, you will put only organization members.
Okay.
So that means only organization members will be able to see it. So when it comes down to your RSVP, they will be the only people that have access to RSVP.
Okay, but how does the system know who the members of the organ?
So after I go through this part, I'm gonna show you how they will know who
Okay.
are members only.
Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
Dr. Fairfax.
Yeah, quick question, Mr. Bonham. In years past, we've asked for the possibility of scheduling a room uh, after the 14-day period. And there's been no movement. So say, for example, you need to have a meeting, you need to schedule a room, and you need to have a meeting within 5 days. Have you all figured out any wiggle room so that we're not overburdened with bothering you and your staff to locate a room and just assist us with the work of advisement?
So the wiggle room will still be us, like you've done in the past, because only certain people have access to override that 14-day room request. So I know in your case, like if there's an emergency meeting, something you need to have, you email us. We will still work with you on that as we've done in the past, because we can't give everybody admin rights. So like you've done in the past, if you say, hey, Mr. Bonner, we have to have an emergency emergency meeting, and you send an email, we will still assist in those cases. If there's in a case of emergency for any room request and any mandatory events. So let's just say that there's something like with the president's office that needs to happen, we can override those things. Yes, Tori.
Forgot to unmute myself at first. I didn't see under the theme as far as just having a regular general meeting, unless I just missed it.
It doesn't show on the
So
thing.
group business, okay.
Yeah, it'll come later. So some of these we can't change. So when I go further, you'll see the custom questions
Okay.
that will send directly to 25 Live. So this just gives us general stuff that we can't add or take away.
Okay.
So you'll see those custom questions for like a general meeting.
But so either way, we're just always going to go through this as far as reserving a room for anything.
Yes, for anything,
Okay.
unless it's like if there's a case
Unless it's a special circumstance.
yeah,
Okay.
then we'll put
Thank
it.
you.
So like for a meeting, you can put group business under meetings. And it just that generates a picture and anthology or in this platform for everyone to be able to see. Yes, Tillman.
Hey, really quick. So just to be clear, we are no longer using 25 Live. This is what the new platform is.
25 Live is still here, but everybody will book as on the student organization side through this platform. You won't log into 25 Live. So on the 25 Live side, even as an advisor, you won't even go into 25 Live to book space. You would do it through this platform as well.
Okay. And also when it comes to the level of communication, when you do have an event or something, and I guess would students be subscribing to these organizations to know what's going on, or this is just like something that they could just click on and be like, okay, let me just see what's going on?
They can click on and see what's going on. They won't be able to, like if you have an organization where anybody can join, they can request to join the organization. So for our Greek letter organizations, that request to join tab is turned off. So no one can request to join your organization because there is a membership intake process that everyone has to go through on the local side on campus as well as national. But it's just say like I'll use biology club. If it's open to anybody on campus that want to join biology club, they can click to request to join and see information, to see more information. But as far as events, every student will be able to see the events you have unless you say only members of this organization are allowed to see the event.
Okay.
All right. And now keep going. So like I said, there's no one that's going to RSVP here. And I'll just say that we're not even going to do evaluation questions. So I'll skip that part and hit next. So this is when it asks you to upload a picture. So typically you will put something here that says even just the name of your event, something catchy for students to see what's going on. If you don't put one there, you can hit skip. And based off the theme that you put, it's going to generate a picture for you. But I will say that they are very, very genetic. It doesn't give anything exciting. So all of the ones that say athletics are going to show the same picture. So if you click group business, it's going to all be the same picture when it comes to group business. Because I'm an admin, it asks me to skip custom fields, but you would then, once you hit that, it would take you to the custom fields page. And once you get here, it'll ask you some other questions about will food be served at your event? You will put yes or no. So in this case, I'll put yes, we're serving food. And then is this a movie night, a movie event? I'll put no, there's not a movie event. Will there be a charge? Yes, we're going to charge people. Does this event include music? Yes, we're going to have a DJ. So then I'll put, I agree. And then it asks you for the event type. And I'll just say that this is a mixer social gathering. So I'll just put mixer here because we're going to have food and we'll have a DJ and all that stuff. Then you hit next. Based on what you put at the top, it's going to ask you more questions. So then it actually has Thompson Hospitality been contacted. And I'll just say, in this case, I'll say yes. Because I say we're going to have food. When it comes down to tickets, since I said we're charging, has the University Ticket Center been contacted? And then I'll just say, no, they haven't been contacted. And then here just gives you to say, I understand that physical money cannot be collected at the door and Norfolk State requires pre-sales only. I understand. So anything dealing with tickets this year has to go through the Ticket Center. You can't do Eventbrite or anything separate. It has to be the University Ticket Center is the only place that you can get your tickets from for all events and activities on campus that requires tickets. Raffle tickets are different. You can do your normal raffle ticket. But anything ticket-wise, if you're selling tickets to any event, it has to go through the University Ticket Center. And as we move forward, I'll send out all the details on how you do that. Yes, Tori.
With going through the University Ticket Center, is there a fee associated with that, or would all funds still go to the organization?
All funds will still go to the organization. You will have to set up a university bank account because they would transfer that money directly over to that bank account. If you don't have one, then we'll work on having it transferred to one of the accounts that we have in our office, and then we will get a check to give to that organization.
Okay.
All right, so then I'll keep going with the charge. And because I said there's going to be music, will there be a DJ? I'll say, yes, there's going to be a DJ. And then it's going to ask you to say that you understand that the DJ must be approved by the Office of Student Activities. Then we're going to ask you who the DJ is, and I'll just put Vince. And then here I'm ready to submit my request. Because I'm an admin, it gives me auto approval. But then what then happens is it goes through a event approval review process. So I'll hit submit. And let's just say that the room that I booked, there was a room conflict. It would tell you that there's a room conflict. But like I said, it sends it to 25 Live. So it takes a little second. It's creating the room reservation. And once that goes through, we'll be able to see it on the 25 Live side from our area.
So if I understand correctly, this is Christina Pinkston. Student chapter presidents will be able to go in and fill out the form, or do they have to go through the faculty advisor?
So certain people in your organization will be able to book rooms and certain people won't be. It will be based off their position. The advisor can book all spaces in rooms. Whoever your 25 Live representative is can book space. And then I want to say your president and vice president. And I'll go into those details of who can and cannot book space. So this is the event has been submitted, and then it starts talking about the approval process. So your event was submitted and it's pending approval. So it's showing me all the events that I put in so far, so that's why it pops up here. So then it goes in to generate what that looks like on the event approval process. So as an organization advisor, you would then receive an email to go in and approve the event on your end. You would click approve. Either myself or Ms. Bacote would click approve from our end, and then Mr. Singleton will hit approve. Once it has been approved, then the event will pop up and generate in 25 Live, which will already be there, but then you'll get the approval notice to know that your event is fully approved. So that's what that process looks like with approving events and in 700 and Park. Does anybody have any questions about the event approval process? Yes, Dr. Douglas Cook.
So my question is, you just stated that when the event has been approved by the entire approval process, you would see it in 25 Live. So this is a feeder to 25 Live?
Yes, this feeds directly to 25 Live.
I see.
Yep. So once you put it in here, it goes to 25 Live. So in 25 Live, you know, before the advisor had to approve, campus police, all of those people still will sign off on it. But the last click will be from Mr. Singleton in this system. So you don't have to go to 25 Live to approve as the advisor. You approve it here. and we will take care of all of the other steps on the back end.
But in order for me to verify and validate that that particular event has been approved, I
Mhm.
would need to log into 25 Live, is that
No,
correct?
you would log into this platform.
Okay, got it.
You will
Thank you.
receive an email notification that an event has been put in and it needs.
Okay.
Yes, Dr. McLean.
Yes, I wanted to ask if in the event that they're saying that they're getting food through Thompson Hospitality and you click no, does the process tells the person who's doing the reservation how to do that? Or is it the advisor who will be doing that?
The advisor will tell them how to do it, but we also will be sending out the student organization handbook that tells you how to go about placing orders with Thompson and who to contact.
Is this the same with facilities, like if you need tables and chairs and things of that nature?
So that'll be a part of your event processing here with setting up. So you'll do your room layout. And then on our end, Mr. Singleton will take care of that TMA as of right now. But I think we may be moving forward with standard room setup. So we're working on that piece.
Okay. Thank you.
Book code, no problem. You're muted, Tierra.
Sorry. There was a question in the chat about if this will be available to faculty and staff links through My NSU, and then also when will this, well, I'm sure you will answer this, but about when it will go live.
So we will go live. You all we're trying to get the advisors in here first. The students will be imported. Michael Carpenter is working with us to import all students, but the plan is to get you all in here first. So we're actually going to go ahead and go live. I say tomorrow, you all will be able to go live and start using and building this out. Once the, as on your side, we're just waiting for the students to be uploaded in here. Now the students can go ahead and hit sign in and it'll automatically create their account. So some students have already started logging in and they have accounts created already. So we're live. As far as the event piece, that won't open up just yet. We won't be able to open that up until Jamie confirms that all spaces as far as academic classrooms are done from the registrar's office. So you'll be able to start using this, but just not booking events just yet until registrars confirm that all of the academic classrooms are locked in 25 Live. Question, Justin.
Just a question. I think you may have said it already, but when you're getting ready to reserve the room, like will it tell you that there's a conflict like right when you pick the room or towards the end, or will it show up as like unavailable, like 25 Live?
Yeah, it'll show up unavailable.
Okay, so I won't have to go through the whole process and then at the end it'll tell me.
No, it'll give it to you before then.
Okay, cool.
Yep, it'll give it to you before then. There's a conflict. So you, like I said, you'll do your rosters through here. You'll be able to see your organization roster, events, news. So let's just say that we had someone for organization. I use Alpha Kappa Alpha again. Someone went on to be named something on the regional level and they wanted to share that. They are able to go into their news tab under their page and put that information there, and people visiting their page can see any news articles or anything that they put out. Each organization will have access to a gallery, so you're able to go in and post all pictures of your organization here. If you're out taking pictures, you're doing stuff on campus, those can be posted on your pages as well. Documents, if there are certain documents that you need from your organization, you can go in and upload documents in here into the system. And like I said, you can have it public or you can have it for organization members only. You can create forms in here. So like you said, if you need to survey the organization or have a form sent out, you're able to build that form through this platform, which is very, very simple. And then you can have the organization members go and fill it out. If it's a public form, it can then be public. Another cool feature is if you have elections, each organization typically has elections. You can run your organization elections through this platform. So you will click on this elections tab here and go in, and then you will create the election of what that looks like, when it opens, when it closes, who can see it, what does it show. So if I just put display on alert on the organization homepage, that means that person, that organization member will be able to see it on their homepage that it's time to vote during the election period. Not everyone on campus will be able to see that as you're doing an election, but just the members of that organization will be able to vote and see that there's an election going on. So you'll be able to go in and create the election, create that ballot, and then they're able to vote through this platform versus creating Google Docs and everything else. You're able to do everything here. Tiara, yes.
I just am relaying a message from the chat. Will general email accounts be created for off-campus advisors?
Yes, we're working on what that looks like for off-campus advisors. Another feature that this has is finance. So organizations are able to go in. So like if you have an off-campus bank account and you're the advisor and you know they have money, you can go in and upload however much money they have. Let's just say they have $10,000 in their bank account. You're able to go put that money there and the organization can then manage their finances like an electronic checkbook. Of course, you can't use a debit card or write checks from this, but you can then manage it that way. So if you spend $2,000 on an event, they can go in and dock what they spent that amount of money on, and then you'll be able to keep up real time with what is in their organization bank accounts through this same platform. For all organizations that have to conduct service hours, those can be tracked through here too. So under the service hour tab, you're able to go in and put service hours and do all of that through here, and keep a track of where you served that, how many hours you were there. You can have it public for everyone to be able to see it. Like you see what week, what months, you can go in and put those different, add those service hours. So then everyone is able to see what your organization is doing. So this platform gives us a lot of data. So when we get questions about what our organizations are doing, we're able to go in and pull the data to see who's attending events, what organizations are doing, are they using the finances, what their elections look like. We're able to see pretty much everything that they're doing through this platform. So everything is in one location. So it makes everyone's life a lot easier because you're able to see what's going on. And then it gives the students the opportunity to see what you're actually doing. Yes, Anthony.
Is there an app for the students to actually download and then they can just see these things coming up?
Yes. So there is an app we are working on. There's a free app that comes with it, and it only literally just shows the name of the event and the organization. So we are working on getting the custom app built out with the company. We thought we was getting the app that it was the custom app, and then they said, no, this is the free one. You don't get all the perks. So we're working on getting that custom app built out for everyone to be able to use. So there will be an app. But until then, we'll use the free one where students can see, and then we'll switch over to that custom app with what that looks like.
Okay.
Yes, Dr. Douglas Cook.
Going back to data and information, would advisors be able to extrapolate data and information from this site? For example, I mean, can you get it produced out in terms of graphic format?
Yes, so it does a lot of that. And Tara, do you know for sure what that piece looks like?
Yes, there's a whole analytics piece that will actually chart and graph your information. You will be able to extract it. We are still in the point at the point in our implementation where we're supposed to have our next meeting, which is supposed to actually cover the analytics. But we will go over that in more detail later once we have all of the information, and you'll be able to see exactly what you can access.
Okay, thank you.
All right. And the next piece I wanted to cover will be the organization registration piece. So let's just say that I'm the advisor for Student Activities Board. I will go click on re-register this organization. So once you click on that, it will open up the registration, the new student or the student organization registration. So similar to what we sent out before, this is what it looks like. And it gives you all the information here, what you need. So those forms that you've used before, the Hazen Agreement, there's a Hazen Agreement form that everyone always typically sign. That form is linked here. Event Scheduling Agreement, that form is linked here, but because we have built out that 25 live piece, this will most likely go away. The Student Organization Advisor Agreement will be here. They're just saying you understand what your role is as a student organization advisor. If you have an off-campus advisor, there's an off-campus advisor policy that will be shown here. So you're able to see what that looks like, as well as the off-campus advisor volunteer form that has to be submitted to our office and sent over to Human Resources. So that is a form and a policy. All those forms are here. So for some reason you click here and it doesn't work, you're able to hit forms here and they take you to the forms tab. So then it starts the registration process. Does your organization conduct a new member process? I'll say no. So because you click no for the new member process, that would eliminate you having to submit a hazing agreement form. Does your organization have an off-campus bank account? I'll say yes. Does your organization have an off-campus advisor? No. Does your organization have less than 10 members? No, we don't. So then I will upload the advisor agreement form that you have already downloaded and signed. And then you will upload the event scheduling form. And then it asks, does your organization have social media? Yes or no? I'll just put no. So for these purposes, I'll just put a form here. I'll just put this form. And then I'll put this form because it won't let you move forward unless you have the form. You upload the document. So then you hit next. And depending on what you said, it will then prompt you to answer the questions that was on top of the old registration document. So if you said you had an off-campus account, it's going to ask for that same information that we've asked before when it comes down to off-campus bank accounts. So for time purposes, I'm going to go back and put no. So it doesn't prompt me there. All right, so then it says student organization registration on-campus account. Would you like an on-campus bank account? I'll say no, we don't want one. And it says if you selected yes, then this is how you click this form and fill it out and then email it. So it gives you what to do if you wanted an on-campus bank account. So then you hit next and then it asks you for all your social media information. I'll just put dots here for now, so I can keep moving. So this is an important part of your organization registration process, is linking the categories that your organization falls under. So you'll put where you fall. So for student activities board, I'll just put social. I'll put, that could be community service based. You know, we can be professional, we could be special interest. So you just put all of the categories that falls under your organization and you hit next. And that way, when students go and search, they're able to see the organizations. And they're able to see based off their interests, what organizations they're interested in. View organization roster requirements. So when you fill this out, you at least have to have a president listed on your roster and a 25 live representative. So you have to have those two people to submit your organization registration. So here, I'll just put the president. I'll use Tar as an example. I'll just say that Tar is the president because I know we're both already in here. And then I'll add her as being the president. You can add members in bulk. So if you just want to drop all the email addresses here, you can do that too. So for the officers, you will have to fill them out individual based off positions. Then your members, you can just drop all of their industry emails and they'll automatically add them to your roster. So you don't have to manually go in and put them, just the officers you have to manually put in. So these people have to manually be put into this part and you'll add them. But everybody else, you just drop the industry emails in and add them, and it's going to automatically link them to your roster because it's linked to all of our industry emails. And it tells you how to put them in here when you upload those members in bulk.
May I ask a quick question, please?
Yes.
For example, when we do that hazing agreement for our student organizations, this is how we fill it out, or we're going to have to download the form and then fill it out online, or?
You will have to download it and then they still have to physically sign it. I've been trying to figure out a way for us to be able to do it digitally online, but we haven't figured that out yet. So you still have to download it, sign it, and then upload it.
Okay, now I know what to do the hazing agreement. I forget what the second one is that you have us to do every year. Will you be sending us a link as to what exactly we need to get in before the deadline?
Yes, I'll send it to you in an email. So all the forms that you have to do, I'll send them to you in advance in an email so you can already start having those things prepared.
Thank you. With the deadline, please. Thank you.
Yes, with the deadline. All right. Next question, Haynes.
Yeah, just to clarify, but you do not want us to do this now because you guys are gonna.
So if you have it, you can go ahead and start doing it now.
Okay.
So if you already I know like for my Greek letter organizations, they already know who all their people are. They can go ahead and start doing their registration process. So I'm going to go ahead and open that part so everyone can start to re-register their orgs. If you know, I know like Dr. Miller, typically Honors College, she already know who all her people are. She can go ahead and start putting them in.
And-
Same thing with Dr. McLean. If you already know who your people are, you can go ahead and put those people in. So we'll go ahead and open that registration link for you all so you can start registering your orgs.
And one other question, and I apologize, you probably
I
said
know
it.
you're fine.
Once we have the president in there, can the president do most of the registration steps? Or does it have to be done by the advisor?
So the president can do the registration steps. The advisor still has to click approve.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
So the advisor still has to approve it, and then we have to approve it on our end to say you have turned in everything. And you'll get that notification. So let's just say that you don't upload something correctly. We would deny it and put a comment, hey, this was the wrong form, or this form is empty. You'll be able to go back and fix it and then hit resubmit. And once we approve it, you'll get an email notification and here to say, hey, my registration has been approved. I'm good to go. Tiara, yes. Questions? You're muted. You still muted, Tiara.
Sorry. What if a student basically holds two positions? So if they are say for example, 25 Live requester and the VP or another position.
So if you're the 25 Live, so your 25 Live requester can be, so like if you're the vice president and 25 Live requester, that's okay. So you can put them in there for both, but based off what it looks like, the VP has certain rights that they can do, and I'm gonna go through what each position is able to do and what they have and what they can and cannot do on their respective pages. But you can be in more than one position, that is fine. So then we'll go in and put that. Yes, Tiaja.
My question is, if we have officers that are in multiple of the same position, like my chapter has 2 vice presidents, 2 secretaries, are we allowed to put those people in
Yes.
as they're both? Okay.
So you'll see it, and based off, if it's something that I knew in advance, I've already created it for you. So like if you have a vice president of administration, a vice president of intake, some of those positions have already been created. So if it's something that is not here that is unique to your organization, you just have to let me know, and I'll create that position template for them and what their rights are. So band has to register this. So like if they're in the band and they're a section leader, they're able to click section leader. If you're a performance organization, you're able to go in here and put this person is the captain. This person is a co-captain. Spartan Echo has their own separate thing. If they're the editor, you can go in, and I've customized it based off what I've seen in the past for organizations. So like I said, if something's not here, I can go in and create that template for you all. And I'll keep building out real quick so I can show you. So I'll just say myself is the 25 Live person, and I'm gonna add myself to the roster. So long as you have a president and 25 Live person, you're able to continue to complete your registration process. So now I hit next. Then it's gonna ask you to upload your constitution and bylaws. So then you'll upload the organization's constitution and bylaws here. And once you put that in, I'll just click this for now. Once you upload that organization's constitution and bylaws, then you'll hit next. Then it asks you to fill out the information I said about your page, and then you'll go in and fill out all of the details here that you need to put in. Yes, Tiny.
Good afternoon, everybody. So if the bylaws still need to be updated, will we be able to go back in later to resubmit them? Okay.
Mm-hmm. You can go in and resubmit them later.
Okay.
You can always change them.
Also, Christian put in the chat, he said, my chapter currently is transitioning to a new advisor right now. So will I get the link to register my members while we're waiting on a decision for our new advisors?
What?
That's easy.
So I've already met with them, Christian, and you should be good. We're finalizing those last steps. So you'll be good to go. I met with them last week. So then you'll go in and fill out all of this contact information. You don't have to put it there if it doesn't have the thing that says mandatory like that. You don't have to put it there. Also with your pages, everyone has their own website URL. So like for SAB, it'll be nsu.campus/engage/organization/SAB. So if you have an event or you want people to come to the event just to go to your page, you can send them that page's URL and they'll only see your information. So then once you fill out that, you'll hit next. A part of your registration process is you have to upload a profile picture here. So you'll put that picture there. And I have the SAB logo somewhere up here. And for now, I have so many up. I just put this one. No, I have it in my logos. Sorry, y'all got so much stuff up here. So for now, I just put this thing. But you'll put your profile picture, you hit next, and then you've made it to the end of your registration process, and then you'll hit submit. So for this one, I won't hit submit because I didn't fill it out correctly and I don't want it to sit there. But then you'll hit submit, and then it'll go to the approval process, which will then ping my email, Ms. Bacote's email, and everyone who has to sign off. We'll go through all the information and approve it. Once we hit approve, you'll get that information that says your organization has been approved and you're good to go. So for this one, I'm going to delete it. But after that, like I said, that's what the registration process looks like. Pretty simple. You see, I've been testing it out over the summer, submitting test organization registrations. Does anybody have any questions? I know it was a lot, that's why I reported it. And I know as we continue to move forward, we'll have questions coming in. Yes, Dr. Cook.
I just wanted to say, you know, I had an opportunity to just peruse it, and based on the information you just shared with us, this is going to be outstanding, and it is very simple and easy to use. So I do want to say thank you so much.
Thank y'all. We wanted to make it as easy as possible. I know that PDF form that we've sent out before is not very user friendly. You can't copy and paste. It's very tedious because you got to type everybody individually. So the goal was to make everyone's life a lot easier with this platform, and we're really, really excited of what this will look like. Torian?
Last question, I promise. So when if chapters transition to having new advisors, let's say in the next calendar year, will there be another training that they can go through, or would you just like send this video out and they got to watch it and sign off that they watch it?
We'll probably do a special training because it's a lot that we'll have to walk through. And I'm gonna make sure everybody's comfortable with it. So either myself or Tiara will go through a training. We'll train them on it. Yes, Dr. McLean.
Okay, so what if, for example, the organization doesn't have a website, but the office has a website? Could they use that as the website, or you want the student organization to have a website?
No, you can use the office website.
Okay, and if they choose not to use it, would the form not let them go past it? So are these entities required, you know, in those spaces, like the Constitution, and you need those pieces?
Yeah, so Constitution and those things you need. So as far as like the web page, that's not anything that's mandatory. So everything on that contact build out is optional.
Okay.
And before I let everybody go, you can send like you can do different things with this, like messaging. You can just email and message certain people in your organization. So how before we send out emails, we're able to just send stuff to just the organization advisors through this platform, just the presidents and advisors. So a lot of it will still come to your email, but you'll get it. I can send it through this versus me having to go to Outlook and send it to you all. So I'm gonna go over the position templates really quickly, and that would be our last thing. And then I'm sorry, organization types and position templates. So organization types right now, everyone is listed under our default organization, unless you're a fraternity, sorority, a club sport, or honor society, performance-based organization. So those that I've already known what you are, I've already moved you. So under honor societies, all of the honor societies are there. Everybody else will be under default. And then eventually, once you register, you'll be moved to registered student organization. So right now, these are the only types that we have, and then as different orgs come in, I'll build them out. But these are the ones that we have right now. So the next thing I want to show you real quick are the position templates, who has access to do what. So under each organization, the primary contact will be myself, because that will give admin rights of what I can do. So the organization advisor, your access is all access. You can see everything. You're able to manage and do everything through your organization pages. So that's what your access looks like. You can book events, you can put service hours in, you can see the finances, you can make changes, you can do the roster, you can do pretty much everything as that organization advisor. The president has very similar access. So as the president, they have all access too. So the president of the organization can see and do everything as well as the advisor. If for some reason the vice president, your access looks a little bit different. So I'll show you who can see what. So the vice president has limited access. So for the documents, the vice president can, they have full access to documents. For the elections piece, the vice president can only view the elections. They can't create elections, they can only view it. For events, the vice president can only view events. Finances, they can't do anything with finances. They can view forms, but they can't create the forms. They can send out messages. They can upload news. They can do the photo gallery. They can view the profile, but they can't make changes to it. They can view the roster and do anything full with the roster, as well as service hours and write on the wall for the organization. So based off your position, you have limited access. If for some reason, like the business manager position, you only can see finances. You can't go and edit and do anything else under the organization. The 25 Live person only has access to book event space. Your parliamentarian for your organization, or if you call it warden, those people have access, of course, to do elections. So they can go in and edit the elections tab and do all of that information. And as you see, some of these position templates are based off like Spartan Echo, the student life editor. Just depends what band the drum majors are here, the section leaders. So if you have, like I said, a unique position template, just let me know and I'll add it so you're able to put them in on your roster. And that was the last piece. Like I said, we're very, very, very excited to launch this. We've been working on it for a little while. It's been a lot of hard work on our end, but like I said, we are excited. And there's a whole nother piece that goes with this called Baseline that we'll be starting to send out for assessment. So Tara will be working on some of those things. You'll see some of that coming from me. And if we need to assess your organizations, like we just want to assess the advisors on how you all feel, we can send it directly from Baseline to you all. Same thing with student orgs, the presidents and different position templates, we can send them information. But as we close out, does anybody have any other questions? Dr. Brown, oh, go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Bynum. I wanted to know, do we need to submit logos to you?
No. So before, as you saw, like when we were closing out last semester, I asked for organizations to send logos because I know we were starting to build. So some of your logos are there. If you submitted it, it's already there.
Okay.
If you didn't submit it, when you do your registration process, you'll just go in and add your logo.
Okay.
But when we were building it out, we wanted to see what it would look like in real time and how we will be functioning in it. So those who submitted it, I've already added your logos there. So if it's there, you just hit next and leave it there.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. This is Professor Drew here. The form that you're asking us to fill out for the training tonight is the MS Microsoft Forms document.
Yes.
If we're an advisor of more than one organization, do we have to do 2 forms, or
nope. You just
put
list
both of them?
Yep, just put them in there in that box.
Okay, thank you. And would there be another? This is the only training that we're have to do, or would it be another
This will be
opportunity?
this is the first one. Once everyone starts working in it, and if there's some confusion, then we'll definitely do another training. But for now, I'll send the video out for people to be able to see. And if you need to contact us, you can send an email if you have a question. We can definitely assist as you start working in it. And like I said, we're new to it too. So as we start to hit glitches and things, we realize something not working out, that'll give us the opportunity to go in and fix it. Like I said, we've been working with that 25 live piece. As we were building out, we hit some glitches on the outside. And we was like, oh, that wasn't right. So we were able to go in and fix it and work through it. So we have an amazing team that's been helping us. Her name is Melissa. She's been a great deal of help to us coming in on the back end and helping us build this out. And there's some other features that this thing does that we haven't even been able to tap into because these are the main pieces right now that they want us to be able to utilize. And then as we know more, we'll give you all more of what the platform does.
Okay, we appreciate that. And it's the same as in the past, right? This is one submission registration for the whole year. Is that correct? And then if we need to add other things, other members, we can go into this system and we'll be able to do that, right?
So if you need to add people as an advisor, you just go in and add to your roster.
Okay, thank you
And
so
as
much.
people graduate, you just go in and delete them off. It's a
Okay.
lot easier than having to submit a whole new form like we've done in the past. You're able to just kind of go in and like boop, boop, remove, add.
Right.
Real easy, real easy.
Okay, great.
Real easy.
Thank you.
Keisha.
Yes, quick question in regards to the limited access. Is that flexible whereas you can choose, or is it canned where you don't have any control over which limited access the person has, or can you change that?
So I'm able to change it, but when I change it, it will be for everybody on campus. So you would have to, just depending on what you need, like if that's a special position that just for your organization, I will have to create a new template for just that organization.
Okay, thanks.
To give them access. But as we go through and we figure it out, if we say, hey, we just need the vice president to be the person that can book events, I can add that access. And that means all campus vice presidents will be able to do that. So like I said, we're here to help. So as you all see and you come up with different things, I know every organization works different. We're able to customize and build it out how we need it. So we just say, hey, we're gonna go ahead and cut the 25 live representative out, and then the vice president will automatically be that person. We can do that. Whatever's easier for everybody else. So right now we still have it as 25 live requested, but it don't have to be that. It could just be, if you're the vice president of your org, that's a part of your duties now is you got to put in the events, or we want the secretary to do it. So it just depends on what we want it to look like. Anybody have any more questions? I know it's 6 o'clock. There was a plan to get us out of here. And if not, Dr. Brown or Tars, anything that you all would like to add?
Oh, just one more. Oh, sorry. Yeah, just
I
one.
just wanted to acknowledge that you did such a fantastic job with building out those organizational side of this program, and you have been a godsend through this process.
Thank you so much. Anthony, you had a question?
Yes, just to make sure everything's on the same page. So before anyone can like literally send any add any events, they need to make sure that they're registered first.
Yes.
Like all organizations, all the fraternities and sororities, everybody. Got
Yeah,
it.
so the organization has to be registered before you're able to start building out events.
Okay.
So that piece we won't even turn that on until later.
Okay.
I'll just throw in a thank you to all the staff and particularly Mr. Bynum for his leadership on this. It's going to be great for our students. And thank in advance all of the advisors and student leaders on here for the great year ahead. Looking forward to really how we can use this to make our student experience better. So thank you all.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Brown. Thank you all for joining. I know it was 5 o'clock on a Wednesday. And that's typically the time that we're all out the door, but that's why I did it on Zoom so you can go home and log in. But I wanted to make sure that we were all able to get it because we're really excited about this platform and what we're going to be moving forward with. So thank you all again. Y'all have a great semester. We'll be in contact again to do some other things with training with this too. So appreciate y'all. Have a good year. The students are here. We are rocking and rolling. They are here.
Here we go. Thank you.
All right, no problem.
Everybody have a great day.
Have a
Alright,
good evening.
bye-bye.